What's up, everybody? Gio over here, and today is going to be a great day because it's the first phase initiative that we are starting in the city of Miami to open up businesses and get things back to normal. Woohoo! Now, I don't have all the information, but I just got here. Let's check it out, see what's going on.
Hi, I'm Chief Adrian Placencia, Fire Marshal and Assistant Fire Chief, City of Miami Fire Rescue. What we're doing here today is we have a large group of the City of Miami workforce, and we're here as part of a phased recovery enforcement initiative, which is basically going out to businesses and helping them educate them regarding some of the requirements with the city's emergency orders and some of the CDC guidelines to make sure that these restaurants and businesses and what is allowed to be open and in what capacity is safe for both patrons and customers and employees. We're handing out brochures to businesses. On the bottom corner here, there's a Q code that business can use to link them to the City of Miami website, which has additional requirements and excellent information.
So as the fire chief mentioned before, this is a citywide initiative. Can you break down some of the other members in the city that are involved?
Each task force has a few members. We have a team leader, she's a firefighter, and we also have code compliance that's in our group, and we also have police. So basically what we're doing is we're just making up a team of ambassadors that are going out to these businesses to educate, and I go as their backup to make sure that everybody is taken care of.
So the morning started off where everyone involved got screened. We got the wristbands. They want to make sure that they're safe, healthy, and ready to go to start their day. So before we start up, let's go ahead and introduce Officer Gonzalez a little bit more thoroughly, get to know her because she's a great individual and she does a lot in this department.
So I'm Officer Vanessa Gonzalez. I am a neighborhood resource officer for the area of Flagami Net. We have 13 net areas, so we have approximately 26 neighborhood resource officer, 2 per net area.
So since we still have a little bit of downtime, we got to change hats. All right. Now, Officer Gonzalez over here, she's our LGBTQ
plus
liaison.
So to get that position is really, really, really dope. I mean, I think that's really good. It just speaks to how, you know, that the department is evolving and moving along.
As a member of the community, I'm able to advise the Miami Police a way that we could bring together the LGBT community and the Miami Police Department. So we have this program, Safe Place. It's a very simple program where employees are trained in order for a victim to be able to feel safe to come into their business while they call 911 and assist the victim while the police arrive.
So you might be wondering, why would someone need a safe space? Well, simple, because there might be victims of a hate crime, and having a place that you know that identifies with your concerns, that is safe for you, they're gonna feel much more comfortable going over there versus a place that might not identify with them. So if you see officers in the month of June wearing these hats, it's because we're supporting the LGBTQ community. You don't have to be a direct member of it, but you can support it. Why? Because it's important to show that, hey, you know, you're tolerant, you care, and that everybody's equal in this country. So now that everyone from the task force is starting to trickle in, we're gonna catch up with them to get our assignments. They don't target specific businesses. They have an app that actually has every single business in the area. So they just take their route and they just go from one business to the next to the next. They mark it off as complete as they go and on to the next one. So there's a lot of businesses in the city. They're gonna be here for a long time. We're gonna just spend a little short amount of time with them to show you guys what they're doing out here.
So you have your gloves and your mask and sanitizer.
Do you have anything for your clients?
Or your clients.
Your customers?
But you need to have hand sanitizer accessible for if I'm a customer that I can clean my hands once I've done my transaction. So have that available. We're going to mark you. We're going to come back to visit, and because we're going to each business, and so we'll just let them know that we educated you at this point. So we will come back and check to make sure that you have that for your clients.
Oh, okay. They just finished making contact now, and they're going into an app that the city has, and we're marking all the information that we just spoke to this gentleman now, the business name, if they're in compliance, what we asked them to do, and all that good stuff.
So for the most part, he was in compliance. The only really issue was this hand sanitizer. What are the things that businesses need to have that's mandatory to be in compliance?
Well, for sure the floors are taped, marking the 6-foot distancing. the hand sanitizer, accessible face mask. The person going into the business needs one, as well as the employees of the business.
After you guys educate them, you're going to come back and double check.
That's correct.
What happens if they're still not in compliance after you've warned them and educated them?
We will write them a violation, and we go in with a task force with police, code, and myself. We have the right that we can shut them down for not being in compliance. So there would be closing their doors immediately.
So just, hey, be in compliance and everything will be all right.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So before I head to the station and take care of some other things, let's talk about yesterday. First thing I did was come in and go to a birthday procession. It was beautiful. It was for Brandon, a 15-year-old boy who suffers from glass syndrome. Now, that's a developmental delay, if you didn't know. It's something that the city does not only for people that have disorders, but for the elderly as well. We come together and celebrate their birthdays to try to make it as memorable as possible. It's a way of showing our love and gratitude for those in our community. Now, I can't mention birthdays without wishing Benjamin Strong a very, very happy belated birthday. He just turned 6 not too long ago, and for those of you who are unaware of who he is, he's a wonderful little boy that suffers from a very serious form of cancer. It's a DIPG brain tumor that he's been fighting for a while. He just went through a second phase of cancer treatments, and you know, we always try to send him a lot of love because he's just such a delight to be around. If you want to check him out, you can go to his social media, Benjamin Strong, send him some love, say happy birthday, and Benji, if you're watching, we'll see you soon. Happy birthday to ya. So driving around yesterday after the birthday procession, I was headed back to downtown and I heard this call go out where an officer had to respond to somebody banging on a 7-Eleven and causing a major disturbance. The officer was by himself. I was pretty close by, so I just went over there knowing that there was other officers that were being tied up. So luckily when I got there, his backup arrived before I did, and we had a crisis intervention team member show up.
Basically what happened here today is I got flagged down by the 7-Eleven employees about a male beating on the back of the business with a pipe. He was beating the pipes and the wall, causing a disturbance. He suffers from mental disorders, so he basically did some damage. He was a danger to the public and to the property out here, so today we're going to take him to get some help.
We have to take you to get the help that you need, okay? So we're going to take you to Jackson to make sure that you get the help that you need. I'm one of the neighborhood resource officers for this area, and we constantly had issues with this gentleman regarding damages that he's doing to the property. And I'm trying to assist him in getting into the Lazarus Project, where they can assist him with the right medication and dosage that he needs. And him being Baker acted today is actually a help for me, where they can actually track him down, and the Lazarus Project people can go and assist him and giving him the help that he needs to be better.
So getting inside the station, the chief just came in from being outside during a press conference. Is a really important thing I want him to share with you. You guys need to understand the gravity of the situation.
We've had 2 incidents here in the last week. A lot of people are excited about graduations and those stuff, as they should be, but last week we lost a 15-year-old girl who was shot and killed by one of her friends who was messing around with a gun. A week later, we have another 17-year-old girl shot and killed by one of her friends messing around with a gun. Guys, please, don't play around with the guns. Even if you think you know what you're doing, you really don't. Okay, they're dangerous, they kill people, people die. We've lost 2 kids, completely unnecessary. Please help us out and make sure that you're safe. If you see a gun, man, let it be. Call the police, let someone else handle that.
Alright guys, so I'm inside the real-time crime center and I gotta talk quietly because the officers behind me are actively working right now. You asked about the shot spotter. So basically what happens is when the shots go off, the shot spotter is going to detect it and send the signal directly to our crime center right here. It shows on the screen. The officers are able to get an audio recording of it, and it triangulates and pinpoints the location on the map so that they can go ahead, contact officers in the area, and put them in the right direction of where the shots are coming from. Also, if any cameras are in the area, it'll pan and zoom into that direction, and the camera handler will be able to take action and monitor it a little bit more in depth. Alright guys, I wish you all the best during this time. Looking forward for everything to come back to normal. And definitely don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Catch you on the next one.
Hey, good morning, MPD family. I wanted to take a few moments to speak to you about an incident that happened in Minneapolis. Many of you have probably seen it on the news. If you haven't, we're attaching the link so you can get an idea and you can see the video for yourself. The video is disturbing to watch. What it depicts is a police officer after an incident on Monday night where he has his knee on the back of somebody's neck who's lying prone on the ground, not resisting. That person, Mr. Floyd, ultimately lost his life. Those officers have all been fired, and the likelihood is that at least the one placing his knee on the back of the neck is probably going to be arrested. If you're a police officer and you see that and your thinking is, well, but what happened beforehand, or we haven't seen all the videos, and you need to recognize right now that that doesn't matter. What happened beforehand has nothing to do with what happened at the moment. Those officers are going to be judged on what happened at the moment. He was lying on the ground, not resisting, and he lost his life. I want you to look at that video and put yourself in that position and think about how you would handle that, whether it's you with the knee on the back of the neck or it's you standing around watching this happen. Somebody has to take a leadership role, and it has nothing to do with rank. Somebody has to stop that before it gets to that point. Those officers lost their jobs. Somebody's going to be arrested. Lives and families torn apart, and we can't go back in time. Learn from it right now and make sure you don't let something like that happen to you or the people you work with, your peers, or your co-workers. This is a difficult time. There's been a lot of incidents across the country here very recently, so take care of each other, back each other up. God bless you, and make sure that you guys do your jobs the way that you're supposed to do it. Wear that badge with honor and integrity. Don't tarnish the badge. God bless you guys. Thank you.